Didn't you close the door or something?
I think I was just moving the phone from here. Can you hear any background noise now?
No, not now.
Okay.
It's good. All right, I'm going live on Zoom as well because it looks that we are live everywhere. Perfect. Nice. So we are live pretty much everywhere. I'm happy to say that, and I'm even more happy to welcome here again AB. It's been a while since we launched GreyMetrics, and it's been a hell of a ride so far. So today, AB, we'll be talking about recent integration you finished, which is Google Sheets. And this will be an exciting one because many people asked about this integration because simply they have their data in Google Sheets and they want to show them in a beautiful reports using GreyMetrics. So that's exactly what we'll be discussing and showing you today how to do it. So AB, is there anything you'd like to say, like regarding the launch so far, the feedback you're seeing? Just a little introduce how the launch is going so far for you.
Jakub, I mean, amazing, exciting. I think lots and lots of feedback. I think that's the three words that I would use. I mean, for the launch on PitchGround, it's been amazing. I mean, we've connected with some amazing people out there, and I think the kind of feedback that we're getting. I think a lot of people just love our tool. I think the most loved part, if I had to just choose, is the way that they can just add widgets onto the dashboard and just move them around and create a report. So I think this is lots and lots of positive feedback, but especially in terms of Google Sheets. I mean, I'll tell you a little background about how it came about. So we never had an idea. I mean, we spoke to some 30, 40 folks before we launched on PitchGround in November and December. The Sheets came very rarely, so we never really prioritized Sheets as one of those integrations. But then, when we were just about to launch, I think, just 3, 4 days before we were about to launch, there was like a huge a list of people, I mean, who were just like, Sheets has to be there. I mean, how would you just not have Sheets out there? Then we realized that this is very important. And then I think, we just
Interesting.
reprioritized it. And then, we made sure that, we had to make sure that, this got out faster. So that's how Sheets came about. And I think amazing stuff that is happening. I would more than happy to show you guys how it's going and how you could actually go ahead and use it.
And I think it's been a priority number one for you to build and finish this integration in GreyMetrics since the day we launched on PitchGround, correct?
Right. I mean, we had like two major priorities. I mean, once we launched on PitchGround, the first one was to launch Google Sheets. The second was to make sure that we were able to launch the same reports and dashboards in different languages. Uh, the dashboard, the different multilingual was able to come out much faster. So now, I mean, I'm not sure if many of you realize, but GreyMetrics reports and dashboards are now available in Spanish and Portuguese. We're translating them in Italian. We're translating them in,
Wow.
I think, traditional Chinese. I think there's at least 6 different requests that we've received. I think because we have a very a simple process out there, we're just collecting all of them at once. And I think at once a week, we will be releasing a list of all languages that have been requested.
No, that's
Again,
amazing. How are you doing it? How are you translating it that fast? Do you work with local people?
yeah, we are using some online tools, and then on top of it, what we're doing is we're asking. I mean, again, this is part of what PitchGround offers. I mean, we connect with amazing people, so we're asking those amazing people to just make sure that they tell us that this is right. Because more often than not, even if we use like a proper professional, it has to be a marketing professional because the
That's
language
right.
is very marketing specific. I know we could probably get the language right, but the context would be like just off. So we are using a lot of folks from PitchGround, and I think PitchGround has been really helpful. I think the folks have asked for it and they're proofreading it, and then we're putting across those languages out there.
That's perfect. I see people are joining, guys. So today it's an exception on Saturday, but well, we are here. We are talking about how you can use the new integration in GreyMetrics, which is Google Sheets. So stick around, because soon, I think like in 1 minute or so, we'll be showing you how it all works. And of course, if you have any questions, please ask us in the comment section and we'll be answering them for you. You can ask pretty much everywhere. I'm checking it everywhere, so we'll be answering them throughout the webinar. So Avi, let's dive right into it and show us how exactly people can use Google Sheets and GreyMetrics.
Awesome.
Perfect, I can see your screen.
Okay, awesome. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to see how GreyMetrics works with Google Sheets. We've actually finished coding like some 4 or 5 days ago, actually. But we had some permissions from Google pending, so we did not really release it. We just called it limited. We were testing it internally. So we just got it a couple of days ago, and then we ran another test, and everything works seamlessly. So this is what we are doing today. We're just going to show you guys how you can push the Sheets data onto GreyMetrics, and doing this live. You can add your data to their dashboard. So you want me to start, Yakub? I mean, you want to wait for a minute or two?
I think you can start. Already quite a lot of people are watching. And of course, guys, keep asking the questions even while we're talking. It's okay.
Awesome. So guys, I mean, first of all, thank you for joining on Saturday. Even I know this is a weekend for you. Let me just show you how Sheets works. So, I mean, you're familiar with this by now. I think you would have seen this screen a lot of times. On the reports, we have a list of integrations. So you just scroll down, and here it is, Google Sheets. I've connected one of the sheet that I have. So this is the sheet. So this is my spreadsheet. I have a date. On sheet 1, I have a date, website visits, and I have a lead, and I have sales. This is my sheet 1. And on sheet 2, I have a little concise values out here. I mean, I've just put across a few numbers that you can visualize. On sheet 3, we have a random number put across in a table, and then we have a few items and the units that are sold. So we're going to see how we will visualize this data inside GreyMetrics. So let me just dive right in. So this is the first one. So I'm just going to add sales numbers onto GreyMetrics right now. Let me just move this around. Okay. So I'll just see where my sales numbers are. So my sales numbers are in column D. So okay, awesome. So I'm just going to open this. I'm just going to click on View Report. So I'm going to select my sheet. This is on sheet 1, as you just saw. And I'm going to choose which widget I want. I want a card. I mean, I want to show the number out there. Okay. And I'm just going to name this widget sales numbers. I'm going to select which column. So I have sales here. I'll pick up the headers automatically so that you don't have to put 1, 2, 3s, and 4s. So here I'm going to choose sales. We want the sum of sales. So there are 2 formulas that are already available, sum or average. So I'm going to click sum, and I'm going to add a $sign at the end of it. And I'll just choose maybe, let's say, 200 rows, but I know that this is 30 or 40 rows out there. I'm just going to add this widget, and that's it. So sales numbers have shown up out here. So this is how I add a custom number, a sales number that I can just sum and just put it across. That's the first one. Let me just go a little deeper. Let's just talk about how we can add a line graph and how we can just show how that trend is moving forward. So we're talking about leads growth trend. So I'm going to see how this leads have, excuse me, how we've got leads by day throughout this month of January. Okay. So I'll just go in here and I'll just click on Google Sheets and I'm going to say add widget. Sheet 1 again, and I'm going to say this time a line graph. I'm going to name this line graph lead trend. Lead trend. I'm going to select date on my x-axis. I'm going to just say date. I'm going to select, we wanted to see leads. So I'm going to say leads. And then I'll select, let's say 100 rows. Let's put it across. And there we have it. So you can see that, from Jan 1 to this one, the same data has been visualized in a line graph right now. So this is how you can, there are like multiple visualizations that we currently have. We will be adding more and more. But right now it's fairly very powerful. The same data, the raw data that you have, you can convert them into lots of different visualizations. So we've covered the second one, that is the trend. How you can actually visualize these as trends. So that's the second one. I'll go next one. I'll say number with a label. So this time, what I do is I just go to this random number out here on sheet 3. I'll just try to put a text to this number. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to add this number out to GreyMetrics. So I'll just go right in, and I'm going to create a new widget. This time I'm going to go to sheet 3. I'm going to select a widget type of card. I'm going to name this as randomest something, some random number, or let's say the best number ever. You can name it as you want. Then let's just select a random number out here. You can either select a sum or an average. It doesn't matter because you're going to choose only one row out there. So I'm not going to choose any suffix out here. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to leave the number as it is because it's only on row number 2. I'm just going to click on add widget. So here it is. I've got my best number ever onto my report. So
it's amazing.
Moving on, there's more.
There's more.
So sales in a pie chart. Okay, let me just try to see. I'm just going to compare these two things. I'm just going to say that visits versus leads. I'm just going to make it a pie chart. This isn't the best visualization. No data scientist would ever suggest that for you. But I'm just going to show you how this works. So if you're judging me on that, so please don't. I'm going to say pie. I'm going to say sales versus leads. Oh, sorry, visits versus leads. I'm going to select a couple of columns out here, say visits, and then I'm just going to say leads. I'm going to sum these up. I'm going to say 100 rows. I'm going to add these widgets out. And it just tells me that there's like 14,480 visits, and out of that 3,700 became leads. This isn't the best visualization. No data scientist would suggest that, but I have to show you how all of this works. So I've chosen this. So it's in a pie chart. So let me just go ahead and say unit sales by day. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, here. This is the sales part, and let me see how I can show you this. Just going to go in and say sheet 1. I'm going to say a bar graph. I'm going to say it says by day. I'm going to choose a date here. You see that the headers are coming in right away. You have to have your headers in order for this to work perfectly. I'm going to choose.
If I will add or change a column, let's say that I will change a column name, or I will add another column, or I will delete. Will I see it immediately here in GreyMetrics?
Say that again.
Will I see it immediately in GreyMetrics, right? That I would select one column and I would choose column I just added in the background in a Google Sheets. Will I see it here immediately?
Not really. You could edit a column and you could directly pull that data, but if you made any changes, you would still have to refresh it. But if it works immediately after you refresh it.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm going to say sales. I'm going to say 50 rows. I'm going to just add this. And there I have it. Sales by day. Just have a bar graph which shows me how my sales are performing by day. Okay, so we've seen that. And then we've also seen how sums and averages work. I've just shown you how this works. I'm not doing anything, but I'm just going to say sheet 1. I'm going to say a card. I'm going to say sum. I'm going to go to this column and say leads. I'm going to say sum, and then I'm going to add this. So it just adds all the numbers up and just shows out here. So you can do both sum and you can do both averages out here on all the numbers that you have. So this is currently available, and let me just move. Let me just add a table as it is. I mean, you've got something like this. I mean, you just want to show it as it is. You don't want to make any changes. So let me just add a table out here. This is sheet 2, and I'm going to say it's a table. Let's say sales table. I'm going to select the columns, action, values, 50, and then add. Then I have my sales table out here with its add to cart and sales. I'm going to move forward. Now, I think this is where it is interesting. I mean, so what you have seen now is you've created a completely new report with your own data. So you can save this data now. I mean, now you can just save this report and you can just send this across to your client right away. You can create a completely new report with your own data. But what is more important and what is more interesting is add this data on top of what you already have. So for example, I want to just add my data. I'm just going to not save this for now. Just going to say, I want to start a report from the scratch. And I want to add stuff that I want from, let's say, Google Search Console, let's say Facebook ads, let's say Facebook. And I also want to add some of my own custom data into it from Google Sheets. Let's see how you can do that. So this is the custom sheets and data. Say widgets out here. So you're familiar with this. I think all the widgets that come out here. So I'm just going to pull in a few things. I'm going to say this. I'm going to add these. So now I've added some data from Google Search here. So you can see this data out here. Let me just now quickly go to our very own Google Sheets, which everyone is looking for. So I'm going to create a new widget. Again, the same thing. I mean, I've connected my sheet out there for this client. So I'm going to choose a sheet 1, and I'm going to say a line graph. Then I'm going to say my line, my sales data. Then you can choose by day. Then you can choose, let me choose sales. Sales, choose $50. Just add it. And there you go. Basically, this is super powerful. I mean, you can now add your own custom data. That could be a line graph, that could be a bar chart, that could be a pie chart, that could be a number, that could be a table into all of the data that you already have from your integrations.
I mean, that's amazing, because sometimes maybe you have some very specific metrics you need to track with your clients, right? And tools that are currently connected, such as Instagram or Facebook, they don't give you these numbers. So you need to create like sheet for it and include it into the report. So yeah, that's pretty powerful and useful.
So this is the major thing that I wanted to show you guys, that how you could add your own data. Let me add just a couple of others. I mean, to show you how this works. I'm just going to add, let's just say another a bar graph on this. Let's say leads by day. And I'm going to take leads, and I'm going to say, oh sorry, x-axis is the date. I'm going to say leads out here. I'm going to say add widget. So my leads are visible here. So I mean, just look at what you can do with this. I mean, the options and the things that you can do with this are limitless. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys would do amazing stuff with this. I mean, you can add anything and everything that you have from your sheets onto a report where there is data from all of the integrations that you've connected. These are the stuff that you don't need to do. I mean, the integration data is coming right from us, and this sheets data that you have put across on your own sheets is coming right through, and then you can create these powerful reports and dashboards. Uh, you always know that you can move things around. You can play around. You can design this dashboard as you want. So this is the Sheets integration that you all have requested for. This is probably the most requested integration or the feature that we've received till date. And I'm really happy that we were able to push this and we were able to show you that this is done and you can start using it right away. So that's about Sheets. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me and I'm going to answer them right away.
Amazing, AB. Thanks a lot for the presentation.
Okay.
And I think I will make you happy because there are none questions, which says
that's amazing.
The presentation was so on point that nobody has any questions about that.
Okay, that's amazing, Jakub. I think it's good that I'm happy that a lot of people requested this. It was quite a challenge for us technically because we never had this on the roadmap, and until even the last week of until just 3 days before we launched on PitchGround. But I'm happy that our team was able to pull this through, and this is just the beginning, guys. Just wait out for next week. We have some 2 to 3 major things coming out, and I think you'll love them.
So can you tell us a little bit more what is coming up, or is it a surprise?
I can. It's not a secret though. Again, most of the stuff that we are developing are stuff that people have requested. One of the major things that is coming out is a campaign level dashboard. What you see here is at an account level. Many marketers have requested that I need to go into one specific campaign of Facebook ads. I need to go into one specific campaign of Instagram ads and report from there. So campaign level reporting is coming next week. That's one. And there is this major thing that we have something called as a live dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't perfect right now, but by next week, this will go out of beta. That means every user that has chosen our plans will be able to share live URLs that get updated every hour. So these are the two major things that are coming up, and there are a whole list of other things that are also coming up. I would say that we will be releasing a few more languages. So yeah,
wait, hold on. Live URL. Does it mean that I will just share the link with my clients and they will like real time see the data you put into this live dashboard like live without an export?
Exactly. You'll just share a URL and it just gets updated every hour. So you don't have to do anything out there. So just share the URL and just be happy, I guess.
That's powerful stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah. Great. That's what marketers want. They want to keep their clients in the loop, and they want to make sure that they don't have to answer a lot of questions. So that's why that's what's coming up. So that's something that we really want to accomplish before we go off of PitchGround. So that's one of our major priorities coming in from next week.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So I don't see any questions, but let me share my screen for a moment.
Okay.
Well, there is a question.
Okay.
From anonymous attendee on Zoom. Any SyncSpider integration on the roadmap?
Right. See, this is a question that we've received a lot, and I think technically we've researched a lot on this. So there are two different types of integrations. Apps like Zapier and SyncSpider have a trigger-based. From what I understand from a technical standpoint, a trigger-based integration. That means you send something and then you get something. It only works on triggers. The kind of integration that we have is more deep. I think we'll have to pull data from a very deep level. So I'm not entirely sure what we're trying to accomplish when we integrate something like SyncSpider or Zapier. I would really love to hear that, but from whatever I've heard, I've spoken to people who have requested it. Then the assumption is that once we connect to SyncSpider, we can pull data from anywhere. Isn't exactly true because any native integration I mean, you would need a lot of native integration in order to pull all of that data. And
Right.
more often than not, most apps have their own, verification processes. Most apps have their own set of rules and regulations in order to make sure that the data isn't abused. So I'm sure if you're trying to address that problem, ThinkSpider isn't going to solve that, as far as I understand. If I'm wrong, please tell me. But we want to give you a good reporting solution. And if that fits in, yeah, great. But right now, as far as we've evaluated, we don't see that fitting in anywhere. So that's why we haven't prioritized it at all.
Right. Okay. We have a question from Mohammed Yusuf on YouTube, and he asks how it compares with Supermetrics sheet integration. Have you planned a Chrome plugin?
Right. Again, it's two different things. I mean, one thing, I mean, what we're doing is the opposite. We're bringing in sheets data and we're visualizing. Supermetrics actually does the opposite. They send this data to sheets in a raw format. So the problem that they are trying to solve is very different from what we are trying to solve. We're trying to solve the visualization problem of agencies, marketers, basically, when you're sharing with either with your reporting manager or you have your owner. You want to share your report with your owner, or you have your own client that you want to share this report with. So you have data sitting in multiple places. We're bringing it all together, visualize it, make it easy for your client to understand that you're actually doing a great job, and then just stop right there. That's what GreyMetrics stops. The Supermetrics, I think, sends out data in a raw format to the sheet. So two different things. So I'd say that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. All right. And guys, if you have like suggestions or questions, you can always reach out to AB on support at GreyMetrics.com. I would like to point out that yes, all of the founders are open to conversations with customers and users, but AB is taking it on another level. Like you see somebody asking something, and like AB is there to like answer it immediately or even jump on a call, which is quite something. And you can really see that the drive to build a perfect product, which is cool. So it's support at GreyMetrics.com. Let me quickly share my screen.
Okay.
So guys, of course, as you already know, GreyMetrics is live on PitchGround. You can find it on PitchGround.com. But there's a new plan with unlimited clients and live reports. So AB, it's quite hot new right now. I know it's been around for a few days, but maybe some people don't know about it. So can you tell us exactly what can people get for 595?
Yep. So what can you not get? I mean, you get everything. That's what you get with the unlimited plan. So you can add unlimited clients. You can generate unlimited dashboards. You can generate unlimited live reports that you can push out. So if you just look at our other plans that we currently offer, I mean, there's a limit on the number of clients that you have. So a lot of people have requested. Again, this is coming right from the feedback from the community. I think we've got countless number of people reach out to us. I think some of them also on the group, and just tell us that, hey, you know what? I mean, we need an unlimited plan, and this is how we would love it. So we said, I mean, okay, and then I think we reached out to PitchGround, and then we said, let's make a plan, and then that's how this came about. In this plan, you get unlimited clients, so unlimited connections, unlimited reports, unlimited dashboards. Whenever the live dashboards comes out of beta, can generate unlimited number of dashboards that update every hour. So this is an amazing deal, I guess. And but we don't. I mean, here's the catch. We don't have unlimited licenses though. We have a limited number of licenses for this. We've already seen a lot of people lap it up. I think even before we announced anything, people already have bought it, and they're asking questions, and they're already participating in our own Facebook private group, group, and then asking questions and discussions going on and all. So yeah, I mean, as you can already see on the screen, Yakub, I mean, 18 people have already bought it, so 82 licenses left. So
yeah, and I mean,
now that
people are buying it, because I mean that's a pretty good deal. Like unlimited almost everything except the licenses available. So guys, if you're running like some bigger operation, if you're not just a single entrepreneur, or maybe you can be even single entrepreneur, but you you have like a lot of clients because you're killing it. Well, this is for you. Anyway,
Let me just add one point to it, Yakub. I mean, I think again, like I keep saying this, but let me just say that once again. I mean, this isn't just for today, guys. I mean, this this isn't today. I mean, if you have 5 clients, I mean, this isn't today. This is about tomorrow. This is about 1 year down the line. I mean, how do you see your agency grow? How do you see your company grow? If you think you will need it, I mean, it might not be a bad idea for you to pick it up. So just think about how you would envision your own company in the future. And if you think this fits into your own model, then I think you've got a good deal out there.
all right. Guys, and GreyMetrics in general, it will be around for a while still, but it will be ending next month. And I think second week in the next month, around 8th or 9th. So you still have quite some time, but it's not unlimited. So it means that this deal will end, and you don't know when another deal will be around again. But enough FOMO. Let's stop sharing the screen. And
okay.
yeah, I know. Some people actually are saying that PitchGround is causing a lot of FOMO, but I don't think so. I mean, we're just helping people to grow their agencies. Anyway,
that's right. I think.
Yeah, Abby, go on, please.
Well, that's it. I think well said. I mean, Yakub, I think you guys are helping people reach out to others. It's a good bridge that we found. I think I'm not sure if it would have been easy for us to reach out to so many great people in such a short time, if not for PitchGround. So thank you for making that possible.
No, I mean, thank you as well, because without you and without founders, like PitchGround wouldn't exist. So yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you then, I guess.
All right, guys, so this was quite a short one, but of course, replay will be available on YouTube, on Facebook and Facebook group. You can watch the watch party again. So if you missed something, you can watch it because AB was showing all the use cases you can do with GreyMetrics and Google Sheets integrations. And that's quite a lot of them. So I would highly recommend to check it again if you joined like maybe now or a few minutes ago, because I think it can inspire you to figure out some cool use cases for your business and for your marketing reports. So AB, thanks a lot. Is there anything else you would like to add to PitchGrounders who are maybe considering GreyMetrics or already bought?
Not really. I think, I would say that, definitely try the tool out first. I mean, see if it's the right fit for you. I think if you're a marketer or an agency, I think there's a high chance that, you might actually like what you see. So, I mean, I'd say that, just try it. I mean, I think, it's free for 14 days. So just try it. And I think, if you like something that you see, then we'll talk.
Amazing. All right, AB, thanks a lot for everybody who joined or maybe watching replay. Thanks a lot as well. You guys are amazing. And if you're considering GreyMetrics, it's still available on the website. So till next time. Thanks.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.